Hi there, this is Luke again. Still vaping away happily with my Titan 510 e-cigarette, or as they now like to call them, the electronic nicotine inhalator. Not having any problems really with it. Everything's going good. Although I should say one of the atomizers is playing up a little bit, but it's no big deal. Anyway, so while I was away, as you can probably see from my face here, I got a little bit sunburnt up in Brisbane when I was whale watching. I'll be uploading a video at some point with footage of the whales that I saw while I was away. Anyway, onto the e-cigarette. Basically, look, while I was away, I got some new flavours. I got a couple of flavours that I already had, State Express and the coconut. The new flavours that I've received are Marlboro, banana, vanilla, and the one that I'm going to be looking at today is the Coca-Cola. Now, not Coca-Cola, it's actually just cola, so don't get me wrong there. Anyway, another thing that I actually bought at the time was some clear bottles, dropper bottles. Now the ones that you can buy or come with the Totally Wicked products are actually black and they're opaque, so you can't actually see how much liquid is left. Now with this one you can see, although it's a bit blurry, but you can see that the liquid level is there, whereas with the other ones you have to shake them and to see if you even had, and then if you had any, and then even then you wouldn't know exactly how much you had. So definitely a good purchase. I got 50 of them, 55ml dropper bottles, all with the little assembly. So it's got the cap and this little thing and the bottles. Cost me $18.50 Australian plus postage from Singapore. So with the current exchange rate, US dollar, pretty much the same. Great British pound, roughly around about 12 pounds, I guess, 11 pounds, 12 pounds, whatever. Anyway, so definitely worth getting some of those, just so you can put your liquids in them and know how much you've got left when you're taking them around with you. Anyway, so the cola flavour, the smell smells like a lolly. I'm not sure if you've got them in your neck of the woods, but we have these lollipops called Chupa Chups, and they're basically just hard-boiled lollies with flavouring, and you can get a cola flavour, and that's exactly what this smells like, obviously with a bit of overtones of the nicotine sort of smell that you get with all liquids. Now the method I've been using a lot is direct dripping without any cartridge filler in there. What I seem to do now is, when I first started direct dripping, I would actually drop a drop directly onto there, but what I'm doing now is I'm actually inserting, so I'll just let you see that, I'm actually inserting the end directly in and touching it up against the actual wire mesh in the atomizer. So what this means is I can actually look into the atomizer, and unfortunately I can't show you on the video, it's just too hard, but you can actually see in the atomizer when you're doing it. I'm not sure if you can actually even see it, but you can see there's a wire mesh in there, and when you put the liquid on it, you can see it's glistening, and you can actually see the atomizer soak in the liquid. So when the liquid's been soaked in, you just touch it again, and it soaks in again, and you touch it again, and it soaks in a little bit, and then you touch it again, and you just keep doing that. And because you're not actually putting direct drops on, you might need to do it, say, 5 or 6 times, or even 7 or 8 times, instead of just dropping 3 or 4 drops directly onto it. What I find is there's less chance of the actual atomizer getting flooded, because when you directly drop a drip directly onto it, you sort of get a bit of splash, and it sort of gets around the atomizer. So I mean, the actual, see, I've even flooded that a little bit because I already had some in there, so I was just sort of doing it to show you. But yeah, you sort of, and really, because it's not being soaked up by the atomizer, by the mesh there, and the little wick that's underneath the mesh, you know, you're really just wasting it. You know, it's going around on the outside of the wick and not actually going on the wick. So anyway, so I'll just vape this, and then I'll give you what I think of it. So as you can see, a lot of vapour there. So I'd give it about an 8 out of 10 for the vapour. It's not really thick vapour like some e-juices I've had, where it's really white, thick vapour. But it's definitely a decent amount of vapour and quite a satisfying amount. So you get your vapour cravings from that. The throat hit is very decent. I wouldn't say it's the harshest. The harshest one I've had is the cherry, the 36 milligram. Now this is cola, 36 milligrams. So obviously, if you've got the 18 milligram or another strength, you may not get a bit as big a throat hit. But I'm sure it'll be a decent one, because this one gives a really good throat hit. The other thing, the flavour, obviously, oh sorry, so throat hit, I'd give it about 8 out of 10 as well. Now the flavour, that's the big thing. I mean, when you're talking about flavoured e-juice, the big thing is the actual flavour itself. The flavour on this is great. I'd give it an 8 out of 10, maybe even a 9. It's definitely not a proper Coca-Cola or Pepsi flavour. If you're expecting that, then you might get a bit let down. So up front, that's not what it is. What it is it's the little Coca-Cola bottle. Sometimes they've got sherbet on it, or the Chupa Chup, like I say. Basically a lolly flavour cola. So maybe even a cheap no-name brand cola that you might buy in the supermarket. That's the kind of flavour that we've got here, and it's an extremely nice flavour. The other thing about the cola flavour is it's different to all the other flavours. So I've got the cherry, I've got the raspberry, you know, like I've got coconut and Marlboro and all those sort of flavours. Cola sort of stands by itself, sets itself apart with its sort of unique flavour. So it's definitely one for anyone with a sweet tooth to have in their arsenal of vapes. So yeah, so roughly, you know, give it an 8 out of 10 overall. I mean, I haven't been vaping that long, say three and a half weeks or so. So I can't really use my wealth of experience to review it, but definitely would be buying this one again. So luckily I got a 30ml bottle, so that should last me, you know, 3, maybe even 4 weeks, depending on how much I'm vaping it. But yeah, definitely worth what I paid. I can't remember what it was exactly, but a great vape, great throat hit, great vapor, great taste. Yeah, love it. So this will be my new favourite, I think, for a while, until obviously I get sick of it. Another quick tip with this flavour, and I guess with all sweet flavours, is if you angle the actual butt of the e-cig towards the tip of your tongue, you'll get a lot more of the actual flavour. So you can actually taste it as it's going in, and also when it's coming out. So it's a great flavour. So that's it. I'll be back probably tomorrow, I'd say, with another video, probably reviewing the banana or the vanilla. Most likely the banana, but I don't know. Just depends how it goes. Anyway, thanks for watching.